Hello everyone. As part of our mentorship program and daily answer writing, the question for today's answer writing practice is India was well known for its traditional handicrafts industries, but the British rule ruined these industries. This is a statement question and we need to discuss this statement with examples. Question is straightforward and it has been framed from इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट जो एनसीईआरटी का 11th क्लास बुक है चैप्टर 1 से क्वेश्चन को फ्रेम किया है. सो व्हाट इज द डिमांड ऑफ द क्वेश्चन? क्लियर कट. वी नीड टू राइट those points or discuss those points which were aspects of the British rule which made traditional handicrafts industry of India to dismal position. That is what we need to discuss. So how do we begin? Of course, we begin with the introduction of the question where we can slightly give the introduction of the British rule and its linking with the traditional handicraft industry. But some people can also begin with, like I have seen some of the answers, they can also begin with giving a brief history of the traditional handicraft industry of India. See, from the ancient times, even medieval times, Indian handicrafts are well known all around the world, and there was a trade. Even if we go with the earlier time periods also, there was an active trade of India with Greek and Europe and Arabia and Egypt, China, all these locations, East Asia and all. So you can give the introduction either through that traditional handicraft industry of India. You can give some of the examples like Deccan Muslim, or you can talk about the embroidery work of it, or copper utensils, or brass or bronze images, idols. All these you can give the examples. Or you can also begin with the British rule. Like over 200 plus years they have ruled us. In that process, what is the economic changes they brought, particularly for traditional handicrafts? With that you can begin. Then you have to discuss it. So what are the points that have destroyed the traditional handicraft industry? So there you can discuss about different dimensions. Like one thing is the economic policies followed by the British. What they did, they made India the importer of the finished goods and exporter of the raw material. So those machine made imports which are coming from the Europe, they were very cheap, and our traditional handicrafts, they could not compete with those cheap goods. So all the clothes and other utensils gone to dismal because there is no demand in the market. This is one thing. They are finished goods which are very cheap compared to our traditional goods. Second thing is they are producing on a mass level, so mechanized and mass production. So whenever we have this mass production, the cost of the production comes down. So this is another advantage they were getting. Plus they have a huge market. So market is in the hands of the colonial administrators, and here they were putting hefty export duty. So export duties were as high as even 30%, even for 50% also. But the import duties were as low as only 1.5%. So the imports are costing less, so they have to pay less, but when the exports are being done, they have to pay more. This is also costlier for our Indian handicrafts. Then fourth one is, see, the raw materials. Even the raw materials also molded, like agriculture. Let's say agriculture has been commercialized so that it can provide raw material for those industries in Europe. This is another one. Next, the political suzerainty, the administration, where the Indian rulers were deprived of certain rights and certain income of them. The revenue of the Indian rulers got reduced. So once the revenue got reduced, they cannot patronize these traditional handicrafts. Earlier, जो राजा लोग वगैरह थे, they used to give order for these traditional handicrafts. They used to promote their art. Now they do not have the money for their expenditure. They are at the mercy of the British rulers. They are getting pensions from them now. So at these times, they were not able to patronize. As a result, these traditional handicrafts were not getting the demand or not getting the money, and slowly that got reduced. So these are all the loss of patronage from the local rulers. This is another point because of the colonial rulers. So all these points led to ultimately the even some of the traditional arts were also lost, and some of them are present and they were taken up on the traditional lines, not on the economic lines. So this is how you can discuss this statement. But at the end, you have to write the positive conclusion. That's where you can put it, the present efforts taken by the government to revive them. There are various schemes, Ustaz is there and another schemes are there which are reviving these traditional arts of different communities and also creating a market for them by promoting them under one district one product program or GI tag, geographical indication tags. Through them they are highlighting, they are promoting, they are marketing those handicrafts, and as a result of it slowly it is building up once again. So with that you can conclude this. This is the approach to this answer, and rest of the points you can add and you can give the examples for each of them. Like here when we are talking about each of them, you can give the examples. That's it for this particular session. You can submit your answers at littleofficers2021@gmail.com to get the evaluated copies. That's it. See you in the next session with another approach to the answer. Till then, take care. Bye everyone.